friends, today I'm talking about our summer learning activities and also ways that we combat boredom and avoid screen time here in our home. So grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. This summer for us is definitely different with the pandemic going on. For the most part, we've been hanging out here at home, and I don't think our situation is unique. I think a lot of people are the same way. I've had to get a little bit more creative since we're not going out to play at the creek or play at the pool or play at the splash pad. We've just been doing activities here. First off, I'm going to show you guys a couple of workbooks that I decided to get that I'd heard good things about, just kind of to work through this summer. They're called Explode the Code series. And I got the first book in the Get Ready for the Code, and I also got the Explode the Code book 1 for my first grader. We have not used them a whole lot because they took about 3.5 weeks to come in, maybe even closer to 4 weeks. So it took a really long time, but the price on them was great. It was like $7 per book. It just took a really long time. So we haven't really dove in a whole lot yet, but here is what it looks like on the inside. So for the Get Ready for the Code book, it's lots of comparisons and listening to the sounds of the letters. So we have worked through the letter F and the letter B so far with my pre-K kiddo. We're going to continue using this through his pre-K year as we are doing our A Year of Playing Skillfully curriculum that I'll link above here. And then my first graders, we haven't done quite as much in his book, but once he gets into it, he can do it because he can read it. He just doesn't want to actually start. Inside of book 1, it goes over the short vowel sounds. So just lots of review for him and, writing those letters out and sounding out the CVC words in it. So I really like these workbooks. I was really interested in to see what they were like because a lot of people recommend them. I think they even come with some packs of curriculum that I had looked into. Yeah, I'm really liking it. We'll probably just keep these along as a supplement. So yeah, this is what they look like. During the summertime, it has been hard for us, and even during the school year some, to avoid screen time. So my kids do get screen time. They do watch some TV, but I have significantly dropped the amount of screen time in the last couple of years because I had started seeing a lot of behavioral issues with my oldest. He would have these huge meltdowns after I turned off the TV in the mornings, and it just got to the point where I was like, this isn't worth it. Yeah, I get a little bit of a break when I'm to drink my coffee while he's watching TV, but his meltdowns are not okay. We just kind of had to reset and just get out of that rhythm of watching TV every single day and just switch things up. So now, usually the kids don't watch TV in the mornings and they don't even ask anymore, which is wonderful. I do allow a little bit in the afternoons, maybe a show or two, or maybe watching Brave Wilderness on YouTube or something, but that is not every day. One set screen time that we have in our house is Friday night movie and pizza night. And that has come to be a tradition for our family. We love Friday night movie and pizza night, and we all do it together. So it's a way to kind of celebrate having screen time at the end of the work week. Definitely one of my biggest activities this summer is outdoor play, which we do all the year through. So a lot of the time I'll just send the kids outside and they find stuff to do. And that's why I really think just free play for kids is so important, because they start using their imaginations and they just think of things to do, the most random things you would never think of. They get dirty, they take off their shoes, they go barefoot. My kids are barefoot all of the time. So I think encouraging outdoor free play time is a really important thing. One of the main things that we like to do in our house for an activity is to read. So I actually really encourage reading. I have a book basket in the living room. We don't keep toys in the living room, but we have a big, right now overflowing book basket. I just encourage the kids to go grab a book. If they're bored, let's go grab a book. Let's check out what we can read. Just lots of reading in our house. I have done a couple of book lists. I am doing a monthly book list, and I'll link that up here and in the description of just ideas for different books to read. Water play. I like to set up buckets or containers with water and let the kids play with them. They love that, and it will usually last for a while. They have a lot of fun with it. It's a really great option for allowing them to play with the water and to just get dirty and encouraging them to get their hands wet and dirty. Another activity for us this summer has been gardening. So the kids, they love to go out with me whenever I'm working on the garden. And Ezra, my 1-year-old even, he will like water the plants for me. If there's anything new happening out there, they love to see it. And so I encourage them to come out there. So if you have, flowers in the yard, or you have the ability to plant something in your yard, you have great sun or something, I encourage you to do that because kids love that. And it's such a good thing to teach them at a young age, is gardening and planting plants and learning about the plants. Play with Play-Doh. So I actually make homemade Play-Doh. A lot of you probably do. I will link the recipe that I have used before below. My 1-year-old is actually really loving Play-Doh. We also have some molding clay that the older kids like. The molding clay is cool because you can shape it and then let it dry. So I'll link that below also. We like to build forts. So my oldest loves to pull all the couch cushions out, and the fort that you're seeing right now is like a small fort compared to what they usually build. They do forts in their room, they pull all the sheets out and all of that. They love to build forts. It's such a good imaginative play activity. So those are our summer learning activities. I know that everyone's summer learning activities look different. I have younger kids. I have a 1, 4, and 6-year-old. And so I think right now for us, there is a little bit of workbook in there, but there's a lot of play, there's a lot of imagination, there's a lot of just me reading books to them. And that is what our summer learning looks like this year. So comment below, tell me a little bit about your summer learning. I would love to hear. Thanks for following along. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, get monthly updates for the book list that I was talking about. And also I have a new weekly series called What's Growing. That is all about what plants I have growing, how the garden is doing. So yeah, get updates for that if you click the bell and subscribe.